Sidej's back again. The reason I'm doing a bunch of reviews tonight is primarily because this may be the only chance I have before Christmas. So, the last ever video I'll post today will be a little Christmas message. Because I've done a bit of modern and something a bit different, I thought do some G1 stuff. So, I'm actually doing the G1 Sparkbots. I don't have a complete set. I'm missing Fizzle. But this is Guzzle, and this is G1 Sizzle. These guys never appeared in the G1 cartoon, but they did make a couple of comic appearances. They're very much little gimmick guys. You know, these guys were insanely cheap when I bought them, when I got them when I was a kid. They don't come with rub signs, and actually, to my knowledge, Guzzle never actually came with an Autobot insignia. But they're actually nice little detailed modes. Their basic gimmick, I will try and get this on camera. Excuse me. A bit more in my room. Yep, there's a bit of the collection. Basic gimmick is he got this roller wheel. The reason they're called Sparkbots, if he will show it. Like I said, these are from 1987, so chances are. Let's just see if I can. He was doing it earlier. But basically, you roll them down and sparks fly out their back. Like I said, it's 1986, so you know they're still not doing it. Chances are, you know, it's just like a flint from a lighter. Kids don't smoke. I do, but never follow my example. Oh, I had a spark. You just saw it, just a little itty bit of one. Really rolled well. Guzzle actually performed something. Ironically, considering these were mega cheap, and the reason I'm doing them is because there's not much to show you. But Guzzle here, this nice Abraham's tank, really nicely molded, and quite possibly, ironically, he's my favorite tank of G1. I like him more. He did have he did have an Autobot symbol. It's come off with age, so apologies. Because this tank does something no other G1 tank ever did, at least on my knowledge. So you may remember one I can't think of off the top of my head, but put it this way: Blitzwing couldn't do it, Brawl couldn't do it, Warpath couldn't do it. Well, Warpath could, but he looked stupid. What am I talking about? Is G1 cheap, very cheap, and what did Hasbro give him? He's got an elevated gun, which is actually something Hasbro rarely put on tanks. He can actually aim fully up. His turret rotates a full 360, and he can also aim up at targets, as well as shooting on the ground. It can even tilt down a bit. And that kind of turret articulation, you rarely found on a figure. I don't think there was any G1 figure that actually did it, to be honest, you know. So, to transform Guzzle, extremely simple. You just pull it forward and fold the arms, and that's Guzzle. Also, I do like. Also, his head sculpt on this guy is very Warpath-ish. Do apologize. Mine's dirty as hell. Again, it's because he was in storage for so long. But that's him. You know, not much. You know, arms can basic G1. Arms go up. That's it for him. Now, as for Sizzle, he's got a big chrome engine block, which actually looks very, very nice. You know, he's a modified hot rod car, not hot rod character. I do like this little out mode. It serves its purpose. Again, this one's got a little bit extra transformation, which is you put up the middle, and he's also got a bit more arm articulation. Mine's really showing his age because he's really stiff. But although it looks like it, his arms will only actually... or is it just because it's stiff? Oh no! My apologies. He does actually have full arm articulation. And actually stamped inside here he says 1987 Hasbro Inc. Dakar in 1987 Taiwan. But this is Sizzle. And Sizzle at one point did have another little Autobot symbol there. But unfortunately with age, given that this guy's 22 years old now, I remember, I think the only reason I ever ended up with these guys, to be honest, is because my parents took me out when I was like 7. And I don't know why I was being an ass that day. I really was throwing a moody apparently. And they bought me these to shut me up, I do believe, because they were like something like £3 each or something like that back in those days. These guys won't set you back. Now the Decepticons did have their counterparts to these, which were the Firecons, if memory serves. I may be wrong with that name. And basically they were they all transformed into the same thing, which were basically like fantasy griffins sort of thing, which actually breathe fire. I do have a full complete set of them because there's 3 of them, and they're all slight off molds of each other. So we'll do a little review of them. But like I said, they don't cost much. Like I said, Guzzle's just cool. I love his alt mode. But I just thought I'd do you a little G1 review on a couple of G1 characters. So that's it for a very short review. I think this will be my shortest. Yay! Well, not yay. It's just I managed to fit it all in. So this is Sidejays, and this is Guzzle, and this is Sizzle, saying have a good day, have a good evening, whatever the time it is. Make sure you're having a good one, and I'll catch you guys later. Adios.